It's Roro after midnight. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining us for another episode of. There it is. Wait. There's one more. There it is. And there am I. I'm everywhere. Welcome to Ram Roro After Midnight. Tonight we have a special guest, a fellow opera singer, performer. But before that, I'd like to start off the show with some pluggings. First of all, as you can see, there's a ticker down there telling everything about this live stream every night. It is broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, and there are the times. It is after midnight here in Chicago and also in New York, but it's only 11 p.m. 11 p.m. Where? Oh, the West Coast. So 11 p.m. West Coast in basically in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, San Francisco, Seattle. So yeah, so that's what it is. We are gonna go and jump ahead to our joke of the day. Our joke of the day is, what is our joke of the day? Joke of the day. What did Mario say when he broke up with Princess Peach? What did Mario say when he broke up with Princess Peach? It's not you, it's me, Mario. Amazing. I know. That is an moment. Thank you so much. But wait, there's more. We have a new segment called Pickup Line of the Day. And the pickup line of the day is, I think you're trash. Can I take you out? But yay! Somebody's getting laid. Anyway, so that's it for our pickup line of the day and our joke of the day. As always, we encourage everyone to please wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands. Washing your hands is actually really better than using a hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is only there when it's really, nothing else to do. But when you're at home, when you're going to other people's places or just passing by, always wash your hands. Always easy. Just takes off all the germs. So now we are jumping immediately to our, let's see what's going on. Oh my God. Hello, Todd. Thank you, Todd. Oh my God. I love how you never change. Oh my God. It's like, I know, I never change. As you can see, my hair is still so long. Anyway, we are now going to, I'm going to take Todd's message off because I do not have an assistant. We Asians are expected to do everything ourselves every freaking time. So I would like to now bring up our guest today, fellow tenor colleague, Mr. Dominick Chenes, tenor from Las Vegas. Yay! Say
Hello.
hi, Dominick.
Hi, everybody. And hi, Roro.
Come on. Wow. So as you can see, Dominick is there sharing the screen with the tree instead of just him. And that light that should have been off, there's a light in the middle there. So I don't know what that is. It's like really bugging me. So I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, that light, like usually I put an ochre, but ladies and gentlemen, that light gets a meh. Oh, okay, we want to keep this show only on the ochre and never on the meh. Remember that, okay? So let's talk. So you can follow Dominick. You look at the ticker now. Oh, look, it's changed. Down there, it'll play for a while. Dominick, you could follow him on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page, and also his website. So check it out while we are talking. So jumping ahead. Hi, Dominick. How are you? How's the weather in Vegas?
It's warm here. No, it's not warm. It's chilly at night, but it gets up to maybe 65 during the day.
Oh, here it's what is It's not actually as bad here. I mean, it was like high 40s, which is, not bad. It's always bad when it's below 30. You've been here below 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my
So
birthday, it was -2.
say that again.
On my birthday, it was -2 earlier this year.
Why are you so far away from the microphone? What
Oh,
is
I
it?
don't
Is
mean to. I don't mean
microphone too phallic for you? Please.
I'm, I'm I'm just using my computer's microphone. I don't have like an
Oh my
external.
God, yes. Old school computer. What is that? Yes. So, and he's recording this with his 8-track, ladies and gentlemen. Mine, I call it an 8-inch track. Okay. One of those moment again. Okay. Anyway, so tell us about. We want to know about Dominic growing up. Where were you born? Where were you growing up? And I put on the little promotion right there that you're Cuban American. Tell us about that, and also growing up in school, where you went to school, yada yada yada. Tell us about it, Dominic. Go ahead.
Okay. So I grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I currently live, and went to school out here. Got my bachelor's and master's both from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And growing up in Vegas was interesting. My family and I, well, my family owned like 5 acres of property in the northwest of town, outside the strip and outside of really the city. And we lived there for quite a while. Had a nice childhood, like growing up in the desert, playing in the mountains and things. Uh, Obviously, had to come into school, into the city for school and things like that. But we had a good time. It was a cool place to live. Now it's overpopulated, and where we used to live is built up with condos and houses and shopping malls and things. So no big deal. We live in a nice house on the southwest of town now. And going to university, I started at UNLV in 2002, and I graduated in 2006 with my bachelor's, and then 2007 with my master's. So went right into my program, which was good. But Cuban American, yes, my mom was born in Cuba, so I'm American, but ethnically, my family's Cuban. My mom was born in Cuba, and she moved here when she was 6 with her family, and they moved to Las Vegas when she was, I think, in middle school. But grew up around all my cousins and aunts and grandparents, and we had all kinds of amazing Cuban foods and culture and things like that. So I'm really proud to be of Cuban heritage and learn from my grandmother and grandfather, and my grandfather's now passed, but my grandmother and my aunts and my mom. It's a cool thing. Um, I after I went to did my master's, I got accepted to the Academy of Vocal Arts, where I graduated in 2016.
And Academy of Vocal Arts is in Philadelphia.
Yes, in Philadelphia, and lived there for 7 years. I love
Mhm.
Philly.
And what year did you attend? So that at least I have an idea of who was actually there when you were there.
Oh yeah, from 2012 to 2016.
Oh, it's a lot later then. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha. Oh my God, you're a lot younger than I am. Oh my God, I feel like an old Asian lady.
I'm not that much
Oh,
younger than
where's my purse? So,
I'm not that much younger than you.
so that
I just started AVA late.
okay. So that's school, and then you went to Academy of Vocal Arts. For some people who are listening, I think certain people, one of my good friends, very close friends, went there. Ms. The one Ms. Eileen Perez. So
Mhm.
and you know what? One of these, hopefully, I'll also get her here because she's from Chicago, so from Illinois. So, and ho- so you go from, it gets cold in Vegas, but it also when you went to Philly, it gets cold, but it snows. When you were in Vegas, in Nevada, did you stay mostly in Las Vegas?
Yes.
So did it snow in Las Vegas, or it just got cold?
It snows once every few years for like a day. Like around
So
Christmas time or January, it snows and it'll stay maybe a day.
So how was it when you moved to Philadelphia and then suddenly you're getting all this snow? What was your first reaction or first feeling?
It was pretty, I mean, it was interesting because I had to do the boots and I had to shovel and we had to like drive at 5 miles an hour in the snow because I was freaked out about everything. But I liked it. I mean, I like the cold, I like the snow. And
Okay.
as long as
You
you're
shoveled?
Well, you had to because
Wow.
we had
When
schools.
I moved to Chicago back in 2005, I moved to a condo with the doorman. So we never school.
No, we had
But
school. I didn't have a doorman.
okay. So that's cool. So now tell us about now when you're out of school, when you started traveling now. Now you're traveling for business, which is your work. And tell us about where you traveled, like, uh here within America and also abroad, whether whatever continent it is, and which one you also traveled. Once you start traveling, we make certain money, and then we decided, you know what, I work in that place. I'm going to go back there for pleasure. So tell us about the whole experience.
Yeah. So I started off traveling here in the United States. The first place I sang professionally was in Austin, Texas, with Austin Opera. I did my professional debut there with Austin Opera. I just said that. Sorry, in Un Ballo in Maschera as Riccardo, and love that role. Love that opera.
Bunbalo in
Then,
Masquerade, ladies and gentlemen, translates to a masked bowl.
yes,
Like
and then I
this,
was
like
also
the one I wore yesterday. It's a masked bowl. I got the mask. The ball, still trying to reach. I'll get there. Go ahead, Dominic.
that was also the first opera and role I did at the Academy of Vocal Arts in 2013, which was awesome. Anyway, so I've traveled around Europe for mostly for work. During breaks in with operas, I would take like week trips or side trips to different places inside the country. But I've been to the UK, um, Germany, Austria, Italy, Switzerland, Belgium, Sweden, Spain, Poland, Canada, Mexico,
A
St.
lot of places.
Bart's. St. Bart's is a little is an island, and it's very cool. I did a concert there, and then also I've been to Hong Kong and Japan, places that
Wow.
I've.
So when you fill out those map things, I've been to these places, on Facebook. Because like it's almost like full. It's like, oh, it's like, I don't you're like, I don't want to play that game. I always kind of win. But
I've been
I
all around the United States.
I've never been to Germany or France. It's just because of work. I wasn't able to travel in between. I'm always thinking, what, if even if I travel within 2 days, if I get stuck for any reason. That's why it's hard. You should only travel if you have 5 days in between. If you have only 2 days in between, do not travel between countries. You'll never know what's gonna happen. So when you were there, I mean, so you actually traveled to a lot of places, found out a lot of culture, and which places did you find very? There are places that are maybe socially, like when you go to the city, it's so beautiful and bright and everything. So, which city actually shocked you the most in a good way? And which city did you find where it's the best chill place where you could just hang out with people and there's not a lot of drama? So, two questions that is.
So first question, I would say the answer to the first question would be Tokyo. Like when you go
Mm.
into the Tokyo is a giant city, and when you go into like the city center, there's just lights everywhere, and shopping and shopping and shopping, and restaurants everywhere, and people all over the place. That was a really great experience.
So, it's brighter than Vegas.
Yes,
Wow.
like times 20.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. It was a great experience to go to Tokyo because the culture, being in being in Tokyo, the culture and seeing people and having the food there was amazing. It was delicious. My favorite curry is actually Japanese curry, and I had a lot of curry and pork katsu, which is like a flattened breaded pork chop, which is delicious. No bone though. Pork cutlet, no bone.
My favorite curry is Tim Curry all the way. Okay.
Oh my!
Okay, go ahead. So that's cool. So what about the ones where when you went there, you're like, at first you're like, oh, is this something I would really like? And then when you went to like certain places, whether it's where you were shocked, where, oh my God, the people here are actually. Did you ever experience where you were underwhelmed, but then you met the people who are there, and then suddenly you're like, oh my God, they are the nicest people.
I don't know if I was ever underwhelmed by a place that I visited or worked in. Um, maybe expected something different. Like when, I mean, I think I would say like Liège, Belgium was pretty like you get there and you expect like I expected it looked like a very kind of resort town, but not on the beach. Resort town like in the mountains and really like posh and really cool, but and expensive. But then like you hang out with the people and you go to different bars and stuff, and people are really down to earth and very kind and actually very helpful too. Like I found a lot of the people that I met on a daily basis were willing to help you and very nice. So I guess like I was never underwhelmed by a city, but maybe had an expectation that it was something different than it was. Like maybe it was too posh, to be there, but then it really wasn't.
That's cool. Let me just putting something here for people to know, in case they have questions. Everyone, you can type your questions in the comments. We'll try to get to them, and then we will answer them as they come along. Okay, so make sure, and we'll check around. So it's funny. So a little shout out again from Todd, crazy Filipino tenor. Thank you. Move over. It's crazy rich Asians, and instead of rich Asians, it's Filipino tenor. That's just how it is. I'm just a substitute every time. Anyway, so the next one we have is now we can talk a little about what Dominic does. So operatic roles. So tell us first what you are in the vocal first, so that the viewers know what Fach is. First of all, when we're going to talk about Fach technically is a vocal category. In classical music, there's opera singers are categorized not just by voice, but the color of their voice and the drama of not just the voice, but the drama of how they perform. So you're going to talk about operatic roles. Tell us what you are classified as, what kind of tenor you're classified as, and then you could talk about the roles you have done. Like I know like a good amount, and then your favorite role, and then we go on from there.
Okay, so I'm a lyric tenor, but people in the business call it a lyrico spinto tenor, which is like a larger lyric tenor. It sings a little bit larger repertoire, but I'm still young and I still sing, lyric repertoire. So it's kind of confusing. It confuses me sometimes. So I just say lyric tenor. And I've sung roles like Faust and Alfredo in La Traviata by Verdi. I've sung Rodolfo in La Boheme, Don Jose in Carmen. Now I'm drawing a blank. What else have I sung? There they are. Faust.
I know. I was like, I have to do this while you're talking. So it's like exactly what you said. So at least people know. Oh, okay, that's lyric tenor. Yes, yeah. So
okay. Pinkerton, B.F. Pinkerton in Madame
yes.
Butterfly. Ricardo in
Sorry.
A Masked Ball, which is one of my favorite roles. Ricardo is one of my favorite roles, and also
Is that the one where oh my God, I love that duet. When I saw that duet in the Metropolitan Opera, what is that? The Metropolitan Opera Gala in like 1983. Did you see that one with Luciano Pavarotti
and Price
and Leontine Price?
Yeah.
That's when I started learning that duet, specifically because I've always wanted to learn that, and I'm gonna have one of my good friends who is a dramatic soprano named Erin Wood, because we have sung together. Erin Wood and I have sung together to redo Santuzza duet. And one of the things I want to sing is that one. So anyway, going back to, I'm just saying that's one of my favorite duets of all time was from Ballo and Mascara. Yeah. So anyway, you go ahead with like the operatic roles as we were talking.
Yes.
So what's your favorite? So you said your favorite role is
Ricardo and Ballo and Mascara.
Now, what is your favorite role to do that on the standard rep that you always do, like with Don Jose, and then you're doing Faust, or you're doing in Tosca? You've done Tosca, correct?
Yeah.
And Tosca. So out of all of those, give us a good amount of roles that you do sing, and which of those chunk is your favorite?
Well, I think I've done Pinkerton the most.
Okay.
Pinkerton and Rodolfo the most. musically, I love Pinkerton in Madame Butterfly better. He has better music than Rodolfo, and the music of Madame Butterfly is more lovely, I think, than
I
Lafayette.
think so too.
Yeah, but I don't like the character of Pinkerton so much. I like the character of Rodolfo better. So those two roles being like my most frequently performed roles, I prefer Rodolfo over Pinkerton. But if I were to go with my repertoire of roles, Pinkerton, Rodolfo, Cavaradossi, Alfredo, and Ricardo, I would say. Well, Ricardo, yeah. I would say Cavaradossi is my favorite to play.
Yeah, in for a layman American, it's pronounced Cavaradossi. So just so you know,
In
it's true.
Tasca. In Tasca.
Tosca, Tosca. It's like yes, that's how. Yeah. So I. It's funny when you said, "Oh, I like Pinkerton and Rodolfo." Just to let you know, guys, Pinkerton's last line is "butterfly," and Rodolfo's last line is what? Mimi. It's like there's nothing worse than oh look, the tenor lives in the end, the soprano dies. Oh, so you know what? As a consolation, I'll say your name.
Scream her name.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much it. Now, okay, what's next? Oh yes, so now we are going to show you a tenor aria from Gounod's Faust that Dominic was telling me about. So we are going to show a clip of it. So give us a second. I will now show you a clip of Dominic singing Salut de mer chaste pure. Oh my god.
And my little Luca.
I know, didn't that piano sound amazing? No, I'm bad, okay? That was a meh moment. So now we go to before I forget, we're gonna show you a few pictures of Dominic. First of all, that's his headshot. Okay, that's his professional headshot. Now we are going to this one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
With
That
Yasko
was a-
Sato.
Yes, that's Yasko Sato. Wait, I'm going to put it here. This was in Seattle Opera, right? This is Madame Butterfly in Seattle Opera in 2015. Yes, Seattle Opera Butterfly 2015. That's when we first met, and Yasuko Sato was the soprano. And then the next one here is, and then I'm going to ask you where this picture is from.
That picture's from Salt Lake City, Utah, with Utah Opera, and that is. Oh my God, I'm terrible. Elise Qualiata.
And this is Carmen.
Carmen, yes, yes, sorry.
This is Carmen. Oh my God, look at that. Carl says, hi, guys.
Hi.
It's like perfect timing, Carl. We just showed picture from Seattle Opera's Butterfly. All right. And then this, oh my God. So this, and the next picture. Hello.
Oh my God, trivia night.
Trivia night. This was when we did trivia night, and then our friend Corey Bix is also a tenor, and Nina Hinson is in
Nelson? Yoshida Nelson?
Nina Yoshida Nelson. Why did I say Hinson?
Henson.
No, Nina Hinson was a voice teacher.
Oh.
Nina Yoshida Nelson, mezzo soprano, and then that's me with the hat, and then there's Dominic. Was it Christmas?
No, it was.
It was just the bar like that. Yeah. Wait. Was it? No, it was not Christmas, but it was January or February.
January, February.
Yeah, January, February. And we did trivia. It was fun. Now tell us about this. Let me see who commented. Oh yeah, I saw I was your drunk uncle.
Yes.
So another picture we have is we're gonna ask these are a couple of pictures, and I want you to talk to us about them. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, tell us about who these kids are.
Those are my children. The one with the binky in his mouth, his name is Leo. He just turned 4 in September, and the older boy is Ari. He turns 7 at the end of this month. And that was in 2018 December. We were in San Francisco, so I could get a visa to work in Valencia, Spain, and I had to wait overnight for it to be done. So we went to the Golden Gate Bridge and had a really nice time. And then every year, since then, we've been back twice since then, and they always say, "Daddy, can we go to our bridge?" So we always go to our bridge and take pictures.
It's funny how it's like golden, but every time I go there, it's red.
Yep.
But that's cool. And then there's another shot of them. This is this is Dominick's profile pic or profile cover pic. There you go.
Cover pic on Facebook. Yes.
Yes.
We had a very
and
good
this is this the same time? No, this is when they're already grown up.
Oh, it's the same. That's the same trip that you did the other picture from.
Oh my God! Without the binky, he looked older.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Look at those curly hair. They got their curly hair from you. Look, the uncanny.
No, they got the curly hair from their mother.
Yeah, I mean they didn't get your glasses, but it's okay. So that's awesome. Now that's awesome. That's really, really cool. Wait, now I'm back.
Oh.
So loud. Yeah, that's how yeah. So you talked about your kids and family. Now, how big is your family now? Like, you have, like you told your mom, and how many aunts do you have? And, the reason I ask is, you come from a Cuban family, which means, and really anything like Latin or Asian, it's a big family. So tell me how big this family is, extended family, and are they all here? Some of them in back Cuba. Tell us.
I have 3 aunts who I grew up with, and they were in Vegas, but now there's 1 in North Carolina and 2 in Florida. They each have kids. 1 has 4, and the other 2 have 1. I have another aunt who came over from Cuba when I was in high school, and she lives now in Miami. Then I have 3 uncles who still live in Cuba, and I think that's it. And my grandma and grandpa, and we have a slew of cousins.
That's cool. Well, and they're mostly here.
No, mostly in either Miami or mostly in Florida or North Carolina.
No, that's what I meant. They're pretty much everyone is in the U.S.
In the U.S.
Do you have family, like, that direct family, relative who's still in Cuba?
Yeah, my uncles and one of my mom's aunts are still in Cuba, and
So remember that time when people are already able to travel from Cuba to back to the US? When that happened, how did that affect you guys? Like in terms of like, oh my God, how often did you guys see each other, or were they able to immediately see family?
They came over a couple of times, like not right away or anything. They came over for visits and everything, and we were able to see them and spend time. But we haven't actually been to Cuba, which my mom hasn't been back since she was 6. My grandmother hasn't been back,
Oh
I think,
wow.
since the 80s. But I
But you
would
guys
love to go.
could if you want to.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. And what year was that? It was just recently in the last 10 years, right? That they just
5 years ago,
yeah,
6 years
it was
ago.
so
Yeah.
cool. So now we're gonna talk about, everyone's like all of the singers. Well, most of us. I've seen actually posts of people, and then I have texts from friends as well. Some of them are some singers are actually traveling to Europe. They're
Yeah.
singing and everything, but if you're most of your contracts are here, we're not going anywhere. So tell me about we are quarantined. What things do you found are pros, and then what are cons? Pros and cons meaning, it is first of all, it is a good protocol to wear masks, to stay at home, to avoid people, and you want to make sure that to what is that, to decrease or something the spread of whatever you have or might not have. So
Yeah.
what do you think are the pros and the cons of this situation?
Well, pros, just speaking about like the quarantine itself, to stay inside and to prohibit the spreading of something that you could have or catch from somebody else or whatever. Um, Also, that I got to spend a lot of time with my boys, because during the time of quarantine, I would have been traveling quite a bit and I wouldn't have seen them as much as I did. But I've been home since March 10th or something like that. So I've been able to see them and spend time with them. And, that wouldn't have been possible if I were traveling. So that's a very big pro. I was happy about that. And spending time with my mom. Um,
That's awesome.
Cons, the loss of work, the sedentariness where you kind of feel like you don't really have anything to do because you're not able to perform. There's nowhere to go to perform or to coach. And I think that for me was the hardest thing, was like I couldn't just go somewhere and see the person I coach with and like rehearse with him for quite a while. And
Hmm.
as things got a little bit less, well, I can't say that. But as time progressed and people, found out when the test came about and they were like, okay, well, I'm negative, you're negative, we could meet and still social distance and still have masks and be responsible, but we could coach now. So there's a conductor here who I coach with, and I was able to see him and make that recording that you heard and also prepare some other things. So that was good. But so that falls under like a pro, that part. But then a con, oh,
Yeah, and okay, let me put this back. So having said that, do you have, when you're staying at home, do you have any hobbies or activities not involving music that you get to do? Either, if you take a walk, what are the things to keep you busy, just to keep you
yeah,
going, keep
I
you sane?
I I like reading. I read a lot this quarantine. Um, Cooking, I love to cook. I like to cook for other people, and eating the food that I cook is fun. If that's an activity, you could say. I like cooking. I like eating. I like shopping. Online shopping has become a thing which I never really was a fan of, and during quarantine, the best thing to do was like online shop, and if you want to buy clothing or whatever. Uh, I like fashion and design, so shopping for me is like becoming, seeing all different
I
fashions and
know. Oh my God, it's very metrosexual. It's amazing. I mean, it's just so it's like it's just nice. You have like I like the nice fashion sense you have. It's like you remind me of me when I like. Oh my God, I remember when I went somewhere. Maybe it was Music Academy, or it was I don't know. Maybe it was somewhere. I couldn't remember where. I did not um, repeat an article of clothing for at least a week and a half or two. I
oh,
always have a different. It's like the jeans would change, but I always have a different T-shirt, a different top every time. I cannot repeat a top until after 2 weeks. I would wear a jacket because you always take off the jacket Nobody looks at the jeans if they're just plain. And I would do that. And I used to have how many pairs of shoes? Oh, I'm not kidding. 15.
Oh
I
yeah,
would have 15 pairs of shoes. Not at home, okay?
on
We're
the
talking
job.
about in in the in the luggage.
Yeah.
15 pairs of shoes. That includes like three different kinds of flip-flops. You know what I mean? They count three different kinds of flip-flops, three different kinds of dress shoes, four different kinds of sneakers. I mean, really, because it's like in every outfit. That's what it is. So we talk about your hobbies and activities and what you've done during the pandemic. And now we talk about, like, when you have time, do you like watching shows, and what are the binge worthy shows, not movies, binge worthy shows that you have so far watched
In quarantine or just in general?
in quarantine? Because those are the ones that you actually started binge watching when the quarantine during the quarantine, not the shows that you actually have to finish during quarantine. It's
Oh,
what you started in quarantine and finished during until even now. So
okay. So I did Ozark from start to what it's finished now.
uh-huh.
Um, The Haunting of Hill House. I watched that. The Haunting of Bly Manor, which just came out like a month ago, right before Halloween or something. Lost in Space. Dead to Me. You, the show You. That's a creepy show,
what
but
is
it's good.
that what is
It's
that
about a guy. He's real crazy. He works in a bookstore. He sells books, and he like narrates the show in his mind, and becomes obsessed with this girl, and he like falls
oh,
for her and like loves her. And you just have to watch it. It's a lot.
we have so totally different kind of shows that we binge watch, but go ahead between, and then you, it's like, what else, like,
What else
what,
did I do? Tales of the City. I did that.
the old
Um,
one
I did the new one
or the new
first,
one?
and then I went back to the old one.
Oh, that's cool.
I always watch Golden Girls. Like I watched the whole life of Golden Girls in quarantine, also, and also like
Uh-huh.
leading up to my whole life. And let's see, what else did I do? I think that was it.
And that was it, huh? Well, so
But what's that one? The one with the robots on HBO? The robot people and the
Westworld.
Westworld. We did that too.
Yes, Westworld, definitely. I think people should binge watch Westworld. I think it's
Good show.
it's the first and the second season was really good, and but then later on you did finish it.
I finished it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the very end was not as strong as the first and second, but it tied everything together. It's just yeah.
Yay, Golden Girls.
So see, now it's like I've been really good at, like,
Oh, and
because
Schitt's Creek. I binged
which
Schitt's
one?
Creek, even though I had seen it
It's
before.
great.
I watched the whole life of Schitt's Creek again.
Schitt's Creek. I mean, it's funny if I would were one of those characters, my pick would be, guess who I would pick?
You would be Alexis.
No. My favorite character is not Alexis, and it's not David. It is Moira.
Oh yeah, Moira. Moira's
Because
my
Moira's, yeah. Well, because based on the personality
Oh,
about,
David.
ew, David, ew,
That's a Christmas
ew,
ornament.
this. Oh, okay. What is that? Trivia. Alexis hands. These hands, okay? Do you know how she came up with this?
About the holding a purse thing.
Yes, holding a purse like this, and because people always like, but then she keeps doing that without a purse. Oh, and this is another thing. This is before Schitt's Creek, okay? Before Schitt's Creek. Then there's this show, and I don't know if you know this show, The Magicians.
No.
It's on Sci-Fi. The reason why I mentioned that is because the librarian in Magicians also has her hand like this.
Ah.
But her personality is not like Alexis. She's just like, anyway, you need to to return those books. No, we can't help you with that. But that's before Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
So it's funny how I've seen Schitt's Creek and saw Alexis's hands, and then Steven and I binge watched Magicians from years ago. Like, it's like 5 seasons or something, or four, maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 seasons. And then suddenly, we watched The Magicians, and then we saw, wait, that's the same hands. So they didn't, one is not connected to the other. It's just funny how like these hands are like really funny. Oh, and guess what? I am very happy because you're like the first person. Okay, let's see. Yay, Golden Girls. See? Yay, Golden Girls. So now we ask, and we can wait like 10 seconds. If any one of our 3 to 4 or 5 viewers,
Yeah.
I love it. Like I said, you know what my friend says? Keep doing it. At some point, you will have a following after, like, I don't know, 3 months or four, because people just need to talk about it. At some point, especially when it's getting cold in the winter, people are just, and they're going to be, they're all going to be up late.
Right.
That's what I do this for, is people who have like, who are, I'm one of those people who just like go to Facebook, click on it.
Mm.
They don't have to watch the whole thing. Just click on it, watch a little. Oh, okay, and then they leave. Hey, it's about the traffic. I don't know how the counter works. So anyway, what else would you like to? If you have any questions at all for Dominic, Dominic and I performed together in Seattle, the first time in Seattle Opera in 2015 in Madame Butterfly. And then we worked together again here in Chicago in Butterfly as well. And that was this past winter.
Right.
It was this past winter. So looking forward to, hopefully when I sing with him in Carmen, I'll be done Cairo, even though I've always played Remendado. But this time I want to do Don Cairo because I want to really work on the acting chops on that one, because you have to be a really good actor to actually pull that off. So I remember when David Cangelosi has done the Remendado before, and then evolved to Don Cairo. So it's the two smugglers in Carmen, if people are curious of what we were talking about. Anyway, I love it because this has never happened before. Being on time. We started on time just before 101. We started Central. And now it's only 1:43. Because my goal for this show is to have between 45 to 50 minutes. And the first show is like 55 minutes, and then 57, then 53. And then 2 days ago, it was an hour and 30.
Oh.
And then yesterday, it was 71 minutes.
What happened?
Oh, what happened? Oh my God, what happened? Am I still connected?
You're still here, yeah. I still see you and hear you. It's just like the light went out in the room.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, the light went out. No, the lights went out. This is scary because wait, we were just talking about paranormal activity last night.
Um,
No, honey? Honey, the lights went out. The lights went out in the living room. All the lights are out in the living room. He's listening in the bedroom right now. So I'm communicating with him through Facebook Live. The what? My battery pack. Oh, it's not the whole house. It's my battery pack. It's the ring light. Ladies and gentlemen, the ring light.
the ring light went off.
So this light that you see is just the computer light. Oh, this is fun. Roro, after midnight. Can they see my fans still?
Yeah.
Man.
I'll turn off my light.
Yeah, no, not the same thing. Sorry. So if you have any questions, any other questions, we'd like to say goodbye from here. Anything you want to a message for everyone, because we're performers and we're not working right now, and what do you tell them to kind of like, how do you encourage them to not give up on the classical arts that we belong to, because we don't know when we're going to come up to? It's like any words of like encouragement to every time, you can, maybe you could tell them, it's like, what, whatever it is that you want to, the message you want to send them.
Just keep going, keep creating, keep trying to make yourself feel relevant, because I think that's one thing that most of us have stopped feeling was relevant during this time, because we don't do what we do, and we haven't been able to perform and just create. So if you can create in any simple way, and play the piano every day, or sing, vocalize every day, or maybe read a monologue or learn a monologue or something every day, just to create and to express and to help yourself in that way. Because as performers and as artists, if we don't have the outlet to do it, we feel stifled and anxious, and that's not a good thing to be as a performer, because then when the shows open up again, you have to like dig yourself out of your depression or your sadness that you got into. So just keep yourself creating in whatever way. Maybe if you want to paint, like if you're not even a painter, if you're a singer and you want to just learn how to do something else creative, painting or drawing or something, but just keep creating and keep pushing forward, and realize that the world can't survive without the arts, and they'll look to the arts when everything goes back to normal, and they want us back, and they want us to be there. So keep yourself in a sort of shape to be able to jump right back into it.
Yes. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for gracing us with your presence
You're
tonight.
welcome. Thanks for having me.
And before we leave, I always, this is how I'm going to do it now. So at least my guests stay on here. I'd like, before I go, I'd like to remind everyone that, let me see here, just a second. I guess I'm clicking on stuff. I'm putting the ticker now there. Please, if you have time, you could always like subscribe or follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And it's coming up right now. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Venmo, wink, wink, and Roro the Tenor. You know what? The reason why I put Venmo there is, saved up money from like, from past jobs. And then, that's what we use right now. But these things, to be able to hold these things, it takes maintenance. And, hey, you know what? And every cent count. But I'm not forcing you to do everything. But if you're that kind of person, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. All right. And like I said, this is Ram Roro After Midnight. Again, I remind everyone, please be safe, wear a mask, social distance, and wash your hands. We now say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.